goes back to the first principles again. Respect the user and respect the opportunity. Respect the opportunity. We succeed when others succeed.
This Google product director says Google's Bard search engine has a primary goal of offering direct answers to user queries, which may lead to a fusion of advertising and search results, similar to Bing AI, but this business model sounds very different to ChatGPT, which has no advertising and is instead a subscription-based model.
How does Google think about the business model here?
It goes back to the first principles again. Respect the user and respect the opportunity. Respect the opportunity. We succeed when others succeed. I spent 10 years of my career working in advertising, some at Google, some at other companies like Pandora. And why is advertising valuable? Advertising is valuable because it helps grow awareness of your product. It helps drive conversions. It's something that Google has been very focused on in respect for the opportunity. And so as we're in this seat of respecting the user, we're still learning how to make these tools the most helpful for people. We're seeing them being used as, hey, this thing's a collaborator. I have an idea. I can build, I can grow, I can compound on it. I have this idea for a character I want to write into a YouTube film that I'm going to do. I can build, grow, expand. We need to keep going through those and inviting the conversation. So to answer your question directly, what's the monetization plan? The monetization plan for anything we do at Google follows the same rubric. Look to where you're generating value for people and make sure that the way that you monetize falls in line with that. And so that's how we're going to approach it. We're focused on driving the value, and respecting the opportunity means that when we're ready to fold that in, it'll be folded in.
Here's a link to whatever airline. Those would be quite valuable to me. And I wouldn't mind seeing them in here, and I would probably click on some of them. So is that, you think, a potential path? And have you started to have those discussions?
The potential paths are endless, which is part of what makes this so fun. I'm going to go back to, why is it infectious to be at work? There is no shortage of exciting ideas to run toward and build and execute. And so one of the things that we are excited about is this notion of bringing tool use into Bard. How can you get it to a point where, as you have interactions like this, and Kayak, one of the partners that we're talking about bringing to the fold, how do you make sure that the experiences that you're getting are trustworthy, are reliable, are getting there? And that's where you need to focus now, where we need to focus now. Making sure that the responses that you're getting are helpful and can be compounded on. Because I'm assuming you maybe have someone that helps you book your travel. Maybe
I do it myself now, but I did have that for a while. Yeah. I like doing it myself now because I'm so good at it and the tools are so good.
Well, in the part of when you had someone help you with your travel, if you said, get me a flight from point A to point B, how many times would that person come back to you with the perfect answer and the perfect itinerary?
Yeah, it depends on the person I've had. The person I have now, who will do it sometimes for me, gets it almost perfect every time after years of working together and knowing I like Google. I like that JetBlue Mint. I want to get my United miles. Let's use my United miles.
Recline, yeah.
No, but there is a whole heuristics of what I like, right? Absolutely. So I think what you're getting at is, hey, Google Bard's going to understand that. And maybe if I like Kayak or I like Google Flights or whatever, or if I have preferred airlines, that's all going to be known by my Bard, by my Google Assistant.
Look, to project where we're going to be in N months of time would not be a responsible respect for the user, right? We are focused right now on what is the feedback that we're getting that we need to improve upon. One of the things that we heard, why did images just come out a couple of days ago? It came out because as we launched, people were starting to say hey, this is I'm talking to it like I'm talking to a teammate that's helping me think through an idea. And I want to visualize these things sometimes. So Memorial Day is coming up. I'm guessing this is going to happen after Memorial Day, but we're all having barbecues.
Yep.
Well, maybe not everyone, but many people are going to have barbecues. As you dream about that long weekend that you're about to engage in, having a little bit of extra visual stimulus makes it a little bit more fun and more enjoyable. And so that's why you get something like images and responses. And so we're going to continue to build, compound, and just keep listening to how people are responding, what they want to do, what they want to grow and iterate. And of course, we want to be helpful.
You got tables now. That was a big one for me. Yeah, I mean, I was like constantly doing searches. I'm like, put that in a table. And it was like, yeah, I don't know. I'm a Google AI assistant. I don't know if I can do that. And then one day it's like, of course I'll put it in a table for you. It's like, well, and then it's obviously, hey, put this in a Google Sheet for me. And then it's, now we're starting to get really interesting. Am I in the Bard interface and then exporting to Google Sheets? Or am I in Google Sheets doing Bard searches and then plugins? Obviously, you announced plugins. Explain to the audience, like for a startup, can we do a plugin, and then can that plugin exist on my site the way Google Ads or Google Search? You had a product back in the day where you could do Google Site Search. So talk to me about the vision Google has for plugins and for startups to get to leverage this technology, because we're here on This Week in Startups.
Yeah, the developer ecosystem is one that has been core to Google for many years. There's obviously Android, Chrome has an extensions framework, and part of as we're building so we're calling tool use and Bard as extensions because we feel like there are some similarities to what you've seen with Chrome extensions, where, hey, I have this idea for an interface that can be helpful to help you interact with the mode that you're in. And so we want to continue to build and grow and evolve and listen to how people want to interact in a conversational way. And again, the way that we're building it right now is building on that core principle, like, we only succeed when others succeed. So we need to make sure that what we deliver is going to be helpful. And the initial set of tool use extension partners that we have are really focused on A, getting it right as you bring it to users, and B, making sure that it is helpful for the people that are trying it out. So we're thankful to have partners like Instacart that are joining us. Replit is coming soon.
I've been playing with Replit. I basically did a whole thing where I was like, I started their Python 100-day course. So Replit, you're going to be able to have Bard inside of Replit, or you do Bard and then export to Replit?
You're going to be able to export to Replit. So again, code, one of those things that people love to use on the Bard experience. And so we're again listening to people